Frank, I got to know the origin of Philly Special. The origin of the first pass ever thrown to Nick Foles in his career.
Well, I'll tell you what, we were getting ready for the Vikings game and, just watching a lot of film, and I can't remember exactly the first time we saw it. A lot of times, one of our offensive assistants, Press Taylor, he has this, what we call this vault of plays, of trick plays, and it's an immense vault. And so every week we always go into Press's vault looking for plays, and we asked Press, hey, so I can't remember if it played out like that, but it was, we're going to play we're going to play the Vikings, and we see the Bears run that play against the Vikings, and I remember sitting in Doug's office and we're saying, can we run this play against the Vikings? They had this play run on them a year ago, but they smell it out. Nah, they won't smell it out. The plan was to run.
Who was the quarterback in the game that day? Do you remember? Was it Cutler?
I don't remember who it was. I don't remember who it was. But we're sitting there and we're saying, yeah, we can do it. We can run it. We can run it. And it just, the situation never came up, and then the game got out of control, and we're like, oh, we'll save it. We'll save it to the Super Bowl.
What happened when you guys installed that play? What did your players say?
Oh, they love that. I mean, they love it. And because it's Doug. I mean, that's what Doug does. I mean, he has a lot of confidence in the players. He trusts them. But let me just tell you, we rehearsed that play so many times, and because we rehearsed it a bunch of times for the Vikings game, and then we come into the Super Bowl, and you come in here and you're doing your walkthrough and stuff, and there's a lot of media around, so we didn't want to run it in front of a lot of people, so we're doing it in the hotel room. We're doing it in this little ballroom like 3 times, just making sure that we're
in the Radisson Hotel at the Super Bowl. You practiced this play in a ballroom in the Radisson Hotel.
No doubt, because there was an element of acting to it that we just you wanted to perfect, and the timing of it, and just get the flow of it, the shift. And really, that was the whole key, to get in a ballroom and make it like you're in the Super Bowl. And our players buy into that, and they did it.
What about the play calling of your head coach today?
I mean, the guy is a stud. I mean, I can't even put into words what a great play caller he is. He has a big set of, he's gutsy. He's
stones, shall we say?
He's a big set of stones. When he called that Philly Special at that time, all the coaches were just looking.
It's
at each
fourth
other.
down.
It's fourth down. He doesn't even blink. He doesn't hesitate. That's Doug epitomized.
Yeah. I just saw Jason Kelce crying because he said, my parents always told me to go for my dream. And even when I shouldn't have been a player in college football, I was barely a player in high school football. Now he's in the Pro Bowl, and now he's a Super Bowl champion, crying, weeping.
And I'll tell you what, and he's a champion in every sense of the word. That guy is one of we got a lot of strong leaders, but he's at the top. That guy's at the top, not only in the way he plays, but the way he conducts himself, the way he practices. The guy's phenomenal.
Last question. What was it about this game plan today that you formulated in the last 2 weeks and worked on with Doug Peterson? What is it about it when you look back on it that you're really going to be proud of?
Just the way our guys executed and bought in. And, you're going up against a defense that had been playing lights out for the whole last part of the season. And it's a challenge. And you're going up against, all week long, you're hearing the genius coaches that they are, and they are. I mean, they've proven that. They have the track record to do that. We just really believe in our players, and collectively as a staff, we work at putting together a plan, and then Doug and I sit down and and just sitting through it and going through it over and over again, just feeling like we got the right players. I mean, in one sense, you want the best plan possible, but what makes it a great plan is the way our players played.
Frank, 3 backup quarterbacks, Doug Peterson, Frank Reich, and Nick Foles just beat Bill Belichick and Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that sounds pretty sweet. And especially against those two, because, right, I mean, those guys are legends. They're literally living legends. And, if you want to be champions, there can't be any better way of doing it than beating, Coach Belichick and Tom Brady, and doing it the way we did it, from an offensive coach's standpoint, to have to come back in the fourth quarter, to be leading that whole game, then to lose the lead, and then to have to come back and score one more time. That's about as sweet as it gets.
You know how happy the city of Buffalo must be for you right now after being with those great Bills teams that never won it, and now you won it?
If I can't even I can't even tell you the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of text messages and emails that I've gotten in the last couple of weeks from people saying, this is it, you're going to get it this time. I appreciate that so much, you know, because at the end of the day, it's all about the relationships and the people you do this with. So I appreciate them very much.
Frank, you're a good man. I think a lot of people in the NFL are really happy for you.
Thanks, Peter.